So the third step of the P strategy is the most important, but it's also the one that students struggle with the most. So you have your point, you have your evidence, now you have to have your explanation. So you don't just want to quote drop. I refer to it as quote drop or text drop. You don't just want to drop your evidence in there and then not do anything with it, because otherwise you're not really explaining why you chose that evidence. You're not really doing anything with it, because anybody could choose a sentence from the text, right? Anybody could just lift the line from the text and put it in there. It doesn't mean anything unless you're able to explain and connect it back to the prompt, to explain why that evidence was chosen and how that evidence shows what you need it to show. So there are some sentence starters that you guys can use. Okay, you can use the sentence starter, this evidence means, okay, this evidence proves, this evidence shows, this evidence supports. Okay, so this evidence supports my theory or my thought that blank. Okay, you can go on, this evidence proves my answer or proves my point because, this evidence is important because. Okay, all of these sentence starters will help you to introduce your evidence, but ultimately what you need to do is you need to explain the link between the line you chose and the prompt that you are answering. So how does that particular line, more than any other line in the text, how does that line show what you're trying to prove? So if you're trying to prove that these two pieces are the same, how does that evidence show the similarity? What does that evidence show the reader? If you're trying to show that evidence, that line, that they're different, how does that piece of text show the difference? Exactly what does that piece of evidence prove? How does it help your point in your paper? And you want to go on and make sure to tie it back to that prompt. So this evidence proves my point because. Why does it prove your point? How does it show similarities and differences? How does it support your main idea? How does it support your claim or your thesis? Bring it back to the point of the paragraph or of the whole paper.